For me, this concept is outdated.
Yeah.
Getting the receipts on paper, for me, this is outdated. Everyone or almost everyone has a smartphone. Why do you still need to print a receipt?
It's an old concept.
That in a lot of cases you don't need anymore.
Welcome to Could Be Genius, where half-baked ideas get to shine.
We're not here to make it perfect, just to see how far it goes. Then it's your problem.
I want to welcome you to another episode of Could Be Genius.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's really kind that you keep inviting me back.
Yeah.
I'm like, one of these days he's going to invite someone else.
It will happen.
It will?
But at this point...
What if I invite someone else?
Well, I don't know. Then you have to start your own podcast.
All right.
Okay. So today we are sitting in some sort of shopping street. Let's call it that way.
Should we describe it?
Yeah, sure.
So
go for it.
We're in a parking lot, right? I mean, we're pretty much sitting in a parking lot.
2 parking lots.
Yeah, well, and there's stores behind us. Different types of stores, I think, but they're stores.
Well, it's a great description. Yeah.
Well, how else do you describe it? We're in a shopping center.
Well, you have some stores for groceries, you have some stores for clothes, fashion, and then this one is a bit more for like washing powder, whatever, I don't know.
That's all they sell is washing powder.
Yes,
wow.
It's a store.
Great concept. I'm sure they're doing well.
They are. No, okay. So there's obviously a reason we are sitting here. As you know, hopefully, the idea is always linked to the location, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm catching on that.
Yes, that is good. But basically, you know, when you go to one of those stores, let's take it easy, you go to the grocery store to do groceries, okay? At the end, when you are paying, they either ask if you want the receipt or they just print it already, they kind of give it to you and you throw it in the bin. Right? Because you're not interested, or maybe you look at it for 5 seconds and you throw it away, or you tell them, no, I don't want it, and they throw it away.
True. I recently even heard that some of the inks they use for these receipts could be toxic.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Then that's another...
Which kind of made me paranoid, but yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know what to believe, though.
That is true. It's hard these days.
Yes.
But the idea came when I went grocery shopping a few weeks ago, and I was exactly paying for the groceries, and I had the receipt, and I threw it away, and I was like, dude, every time I go to a grocery store or to another store and I buy something, like, I don't know, in 95% of the cases, I don't need the receipt, right? So then I throw it away, or they throw it away. It's a whole bunch of waste, right?
Yeah.
Of paper that is being printed on for no reason, basically.
Right. No, I even noticed, the self-checkout ones are now, like, there's a lot of self-checkout ones. And you see like this long line of receipts like hitting the floor, and even if I want to get my receipt, I would have to like rip it off and then take my receipt off, and then now I have this long thing of receipts in my hand. It's like, what do I do with it? And
exactly. For me, this concept is outdated.
Yeah.
Getting the receipts on paper, for me, this is outdated. Everyone or almost everyone has a smartphone. Why do you still need to print a receipt?
It's an old concept.
That in a lot of cases you don't need anymore. So that is one thing. So then basically the idea around it would be to first of all have it in a more digital way, but I know that you have apps like from Spar or from Lidl, whatever, they have their own apps, and I'm pretty sure for some stores you can get the receipt already in a digital way, okay? But what I'm aiming a bit more for is to really have like one platform or one app, whatever, where every single receipt of every single store where you have been is saved. So you go to Spar, you have a receipt on this app or platform. You go to DM, you have another receipt. You go to MediaMarkt, whatever you buy, the receipts are stored on one central platform.
Like a centralized platform where everything gets stored.
Yes, because right now it is very individual. Probably you have this for MediaMarkt, you have this for Spar, you have this for Lidl, but there is, as far as I know, and I looked into it, there is no universal way where every single receipt is stored in the digital way.
Right.
So that is a bit what I'm aiming for.
And this would happen automatically, right? So I go to the store, I'm going to that store, I buy something there, and then I go to the store next door and I buy something there.
Buy some
and I go to
washing powder.
Yeah, and then I go to the washing powder store. Sells washing powder, and I buy washing powder.
They will be very happy.
Yeah, and then I go home. 2 days pass.
Yeah.
And then I open up my washing powder because I'm gonna I'm gonna wash something, laundry, I guess.
It's called laundry. Yes.
Yeah. And then I noticed that the packaging was open. Yeah. Someone opened it already, and I'm like, oh shit! Like what? I'm gonna take this back. I don't have the receipt. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I have this app. Let me look. Okay, 2 days ago, blah blah blah. Oh, okay, I found the receipt.
Exactly. If you buy something and I don't know, it's not the way it should be, it's very easy to you have this traceability, basically. No. Because if it's a physical receipt, you're like, oh shit, probably I threw it away already, or it's somewhere in my jacket, I don't know where. But in this way, it's very easy to trace it back.
I do have this conflict too sometimes. When you buy something and you make this conscious, like, do I need this receipt? What if there's something wrong with it when I get home, and then I'm like, oh shit, I should have kept the receipt. So there's always this thing going on. But I guess this, what are we calling it? I mean, we don't have to have a name, but it's a
central platform,
receipt, bill, platform thing. Then I could go to it. I know it's always there, automatically gets saved there, and I can refer to it when I need to.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only thing is how does it work, right? You go to the store, how does it automatically get on this platform?
Because would the stores need to opt in and say, yes, we will do it? There needs to be some digital thing happening. I'm sounding very professional right now. On their end, where the receipt automatically saves it on this platform. So there needs to be connections made with all these stores. And obviously there's a lot of stores globally. How does that happen?
I think so. The way that I see it a bit is actually, it's very similar to an app that I use for sports. It's called My Clubs.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of courses. You can go to the gym, you can go swimming, you can go climbing, you can do jiu-jitsu,
Is this like a personal plug to let people know that you're very active and sporty guy, or what?
Still have my sweater on, right? But basically winter. The way that this app works, you go to a workout. So let's say this evening I want to go to the gym. You go to the gym. When you arrive at the gym, there is a big QR code. On top it says My Clubs.
At the gym?
At the gym, at the reception.
Okay.
You open the app, you scan the QR code, and you get a green light, and you're registered, or you're in, let's say. I think it can be a very similar concept where you pay for your groceries at the casa. There's a QR code, you can scan it. The store knows, okay, you are in, and then somehow the receipt of what is being scanned, I don't know, maybe there's an extra button that the person who is working in the store has to press, and it directly directs it onto the central platform. I think it can be as easy as that. I don't
Could
think
be a simple solution, right? Okay, no, that's cool.
Because I know this My Clubs QR code scanning works perfectly.
So the main benefit for this would be just looking at, okay, where are the benefits, who benefits from this? Let's go into the consumer, because I think it's important that the consumer gets something out of it. So the consumer has always everything recorded, everything is stored. A lot of things come with a 1-year guarantee, and then you need to prove a purchase, etc. When there's a fire, insurance, all this other stuff that happens all the time, I think people struggle to find proof of purchases, and because they don't want to save it. So I think for the consumer, this is 100% benefit, right?
I think so too, and maybe to add on that, what I would also see as a benefit is maybe all the data that is in there, because there will be quite some data in it. You bought a shampoo bottle, you bought apples, you bought a television, whatever. This will all be stored. Maybe this can all go into a database. Maybe this platform can also separate it and tell you, look, in March you spend so much money on groceries. In June, you spend so much, and so on. You have kind of apps
like a budgeting thing.
Yeah, you have some apps that are looking into that, but again, it's this would be all in one for me basically, because you have the data anyway, so you might as well use it, and then maybe you can see some evolutions, or when did you spend more money, or where did you spend more money, and so on. So I think that's an additional feature.
So it ticks that box as well. Also, you mentioned sustainability, all this paper, right?
Exactly,
I mean, there must be a lot of paper being used for these receipts, ink, and those type of things. So, essentially, if this this gets picked up and this works well, essentially, you don't even need the paper receipts anymore, right? Like you could totally remove that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, not everyone will use the app. So some people, and let's not discriminate, but there's a group of people who love paper, they love holding things, and I know people who still write checks, by the way. I know it's not a big thing here in Europe, but it's a big thing in other places of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone, but I think this is something that could get picked up, and it's a thing that would be more convenient in the future as well.
Yeah, and then maybe printing the receipts should still be an option, because you say some people would not use the app. Maybe some people don't have a smartphone.
Maybe you can decide, right? Maybe you can decide, I want a receipt, you push something or you say something.
Maybe in some point in time, by default, it could be stored digital, and if the person really asks, I want a paper receipt, you can still manage that way.
Yeah.
But you would save a lot of paper. I mean, the receipts, they are small, but count all the stores that give out those receipts.
Right.
How much is thrown away, and then you're talking about toxic inks and stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a no-brainer, like this concept.
You know what? I know we talked about this, and I don't think this should be a separate discussion. But we talked about for the consumer again, knowing where they find the cheapest deals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could this be somehow tied in with that, or?
Yeah. I think it's a bit, as I said, all the data is stored, right?
Yeah.
So what I would then also see at some point, if there's enough data on this platform, maybe one day you went to supermarket A and you bought apples there. 2 weeks later you went to supermarket B and you bought apples there. So you can compare apples with apples, right? Literally,
wow! I never
maybe there could be a feature in this app or on this platform as well, where you can say, look, I want to buy, or let's put it very simple, I want to buy apples, and then it looks in the database, apples. Where do I find apples? And then it says, oh, you bought them there. Oh wait, there you paid this, there you paid that. Of course, it depends how many you buy and so on, but okay, those are. And maybe then this platform can tell you, you should buy your apples there, because it's cheaper. And maybe you can extend this by basically having a whole digital shopping list. You say, I want apples, I want shampoo, I want toothpaste, I want cookies, whatever. And then maybe this app can tell you, those 5 items you can buy there, and those 10 you should buy there, because that's the cheapest combination. Because it is a fact that in some stores a product is more expensive than in another store.
Right. And then you can say, how do you like them apples? Which is a movie reference, which you don't know.
How do you like them apples?
Good Will Hunting.
All right, I don't know the movie.
Okay, you should watch it. No, I think that's good, because I honestly think that the consumer always gets screwed, right?
Yeah, sure.
You buy something and then you realize, oh shit, I could have gotten it cheaper there, and then you pay more. And I think that's what this could resolve as well. I think it's important that you can find, because when you're scanning your receipt, the receipts are uploaded, then it can do this algorithm, and it can pinpoint certain stores and say, okay, this store is having a sale today, for this type of product, or even it can connect with your shopping list. Because I think, what if you create a shopping list, you upload it, and it tells you, based on your shopping list, the best store you should go to within your proximity in your neighborhood is this store. Maybe it's not all cheaper, but everything together combined, you'll get better deals there. Because maybe it shouldn't be that specific, because I know stores don't want to be too transparent, and maybe that could also have conflicts there. But
I think, yeah, exactly what you're saying. I think there's huge potential benefits for people who use the app, for consumers. The only thing now, having this discussion, what is in it for the stores, right?
Right.
Because you kind of need to cooperate. They need this QR code. Maybe they need an extra button. How do you convince them?
They need to approve it, right?
Yeah.
I think in this whole process, the store needs to give the green light.
Yeah.
Somehow, right?
Yeah.
So how do you find the benefit there? How do you pitch this to the stores and say,
yeah, exactly.
Nah, it's not just for them, but it's also for you guys. Do you have?
Yeah. No,
do you
I
have
don't.
A
I don't have.
there?
Well, I asked you the question first, but.
You're asking me. You're the one with the idea.
Well, we're building it together.
Oh, we're building
with our team.
Oh, okay. So the question is, how does it benefit the store?
Well, oh, sorry. Yeah. Go.
I think each store has a sale, right? They have a sale. They always feature a certain product or multiple products in their store. You know, whether it's through they post it on the front of the store, they send out their little pamphlet or whatever, or you have your membership card and your membership app. Every store has that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they always have these different promotions.
Yeah.
So they can use a certain promotion, which they will have anyways, and hope that comes into this other receipt app, and then and then because of their promotion in the store, their store will be highlighted that day based on your shopping list: coffee, laundry detergent, and wine and paper towels. And that store just happens to have 3 sales items out of your shopping list, so it will pinpoint that. You know, so maybe that could be the benefit.
It would for
that's
sure.
My first.
Yeah,
that's
would
my
push
first.
those sales, right? That's true.
Yeah.
Because usually you don't really know if there's this. I don't know if there's a sale today in Spar or if there's a sale tomorrow in Lidl, right?
Right.
I go there and I see it, but like this, it would be pushed up front.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I think another benefit could. It's actually linked to this sustainability part. You use a lot less paper. I think it's also something that bigger stores they look into. It's important for them, for their targets. I mean, it's for sure not their main concern, but it is a message to bring to the consumers. Like, look, we jumped on this digital train. We will save so many tons of paper annually, so many liters of toxic maybe inks annually. It's also a selling point, right?
Right.
And then if you're one of the only stores that in the end doesn't jump on it and still works with the paper receipts, then I think people who went shopping to other stores and they come to your store and they see that you're still printing every single receipt, and at some point I think people will also be like, wow, okay, you're lagging behind, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. No, I mean, since you're on the sustainability topic, you know what else I thought?
No.
I was thinking, because for me it's important nowadays because there's apps for everything, and we're talking about an app, right? And there's the sustainable app that tracks sustainability or how you're saving on CO2 emissions, blah blah. There's an app for everything. So for me, it's important when you have an app idea that it covers a lot of bases and ticks a lot of boxes. So what if this app also, since you brought up sustainability, not just the paper and blah, 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 because certain products, especially the private label products, right? I know there's a lot of stores now with private labels, etc. Whether it's, Tesco, Lidl, Aldi's and whatever, they're trying to find CO2 savings with the packaging or whatever, the way the products are produced. So what if this app also makes recommendations based on more sustainable solutions, products that have more, fall under the sustainable product? Let's say less CO2, less packaging, more paper, less plastic packaging, whatever. What if it kind of makes recommendation, tracks that a little bit too? Because I know that's important for people nowadays.
Like when you put a mango in your shopping cart, that it tells you, you sure you want to buy a mango coming from Peru?
You know where this mango came from? Yeah. You live in Finland and you're eating an avocado.
You should buy an apple.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if they have apples in Finland. I don't even know.
Why wouldn't they have apples?
I don't know.
I think they do. If anyone's listening ever from Finland, let us know if you have apples.
Yeah, do you have apples in Finland?
No,
Locally
but I
sourced.
think yes, sure, maybe it can be included. But I think we're kind of pumping a lot in the.
I mean, this is the nice
now,
to
right?
have. Now we're going to the nice to have. I think the main. Let's focus on the core. Eliminate unnecessary paper receipts. That's the clutter.
Centralize everything.
Centralize everything is good for us, the consumer, to have a track record of everything they purchase, whether it's for insurance purposes, whether it's something breaks, there's warranties associated to this, etc. So I think for the consumer, it's 100% win-win-win.
And you save money as a consumer as well. Yeah.
You save money, you find the deals, you have transparency, visibility on where the deals are. I think that's important nowadays in the market. And then you can even have special offers, right? You know, special like coupons, general coupons or something like that for certain stores. So there could be a lot of incentives to have an app like this for the consumer. And then I think for the stores itself, there's also benefit. They can highlight their deals. They can highlight certain price points that they're having at their store, or at certain events or whatever, because this is not just for food. This could also be for like clothing, right?
Yeah, it could be
clothing
everything.
stores
In my opinion,
and
it could be everything.
hardware stores and things like that. So I think there's a lot of promotional stuff that can go into that as well, that can highlight the store specifically. So it's not just, okay, I'm going to save because I go to that store instead of that store, but
No, I think we can wrap it up. I think it's a good idea. I mean, it came from me, but I still.
Why are you rushing? I'm having fun talking about it.
I still believe it's a good idea, but some challenges for me. The main challenge for me, I think, would be that you have to cooperate with so many stores.
Yeah.
You have to,
I think it's interesting, the QR code thing you mentioned. So it would be interesting to look into that as well, to see how you can utilize that. But I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Because I think it's very clear what the benefits are for the consumers. You just mentioned that. There are some benefits for the stores as well, but you really have to push them over the line, I think. And you have to do it with a lot of stores, because if you only have 2 stores who jump on, then I don't know if it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Because they anyhow have individual apps, right? So you really want this central picture. So it would also need to be quite big in terms of data management inside of this platform and so on. It has to be updated regularly. This has to come from the stores as well. They have to feed it, I think, with their promotions and so on. So for me, the challenge is mainly there, probably.
Yeah, no, but I think it's a good idea that can work at some point in time, and I see a lot of benefits in it. So
all right,
it could be genius. It could be genius.
It could be genius.
Yes.
Cheers! Let's cheers with our water again.
Yeah. Hold on.
Cheers.